why your smartwatch can help you win your personal injury case. Now, modern smartwatches, they collect a wealth of information. It may include location, speed, sound exposure, heart rate, and newer ones even measure things like heart rhythms. They've got an accelerometer and a gyroscope, helping it detect users' hard falls, possibly in a crash. And so this personal injury data can make or break a personal injury case. Now, this is relatively new stuff. The data on a person's phone, it's electronically stored information, and lawyer speak, it's called ESI, and it should be discoverable, meaning it should be able to be available in a lawsuit. And it's important for both sides. If you're trying to prove a case of where you were and you were in a crash or had a hard fall, and that information's on your smartwatch and transmitted to the cloud or wherever it's saved, you definitely want that information because it's going to really help your case. On the flip side, if you're being sued and someone else says, hey, you know what, I had this terrible accident and my heart rate went up and I haven't been able to walk or move, and you get that information, it shows that there was no acceleration and the person's movements and heart rate and everything else are identical before and after the supposed injury, well, that might be helpful to you if you are on the defense. So either way, it's important stuff that used to not be out there, and a lot of lawyers are trying to wrap their heads around it still and figure out how it can be used in the courts. And the courts are also trying to wrap their heads around what's invasion of privacy and what's actually useful information that can be brought out in a case. So, for example, there was a lawsuit involving those 3M combat arm plugs. It was a big product liability case, and the defendants wanted information on noise exposure data recorded by the plaintiff's smartphones and smartwatches. But the court in this particular case said that they found that collection and review of the data could result in production of other non-relevant private information. And since the devices do not identify who is using it, the data's reliable is questionable. So it did not come in that particular one. But when you look at a number of what the cases going on these days, it seems that the key to using this stored information is limiting easy for me to say, limiting it to data regarding health and location at the time of the accident, and also for comparing health data gathered before the accident, relatively close in time, not 10 years before, and then what happened after the accident, the change in the health and activity level of the person as well. So if you've been injured and you wear a smartwatch, like lots of people do, save that data. It could be critical in proving your claim. And if you have questions about your personal injury claim and happen to live in Nevada where I practice law, please feel free to give me a call or drop me an email and we can talk about it.